child. Even though she herself did not go to any school, she stood up for their rights to go to school. And hakuna maneno ya kupeleka mtoto kuolewa if she wants to go to school. And together with the Limo family and wandugu wengine, they made sure that any of the girls who decided to go to school and the parents were refusing, they would step in and educate that child. And they actually did that for a number of women. Some of them were and the fanya hivyo. The same 1959, because of denouncing, wale wa mama wanaitwa nani Chemusiani, walikutana in the river, 60 of them, and they said they had cast her, she will never get a son, because that time they had 2 girls. And the mama told them that you are not the ones distributing children, that there is only a God she believes in. Wow. And true to that, just 1 year thereafter, I arrived in full force to prove them wrong. Thereafter, 2 brothers arrived, twins. Twins, not just one. 2 of them arrived, and another one, and we became 6. So she told them, shame on you, God is only one. And she believed in that, and she stood for those rights. Throughout the 60s, all my sisters went to school in spite of those days they were saying wasichana wasisome, lakini walienda shule. So I'm saying she played her role pamoja na dad. They did the same. Wametuacha after leaving that legacy with us. And that is why it has her demise affected us heavily, in spite of having been unwell for 13 years because of a stroke which she suffered, and she continued with that course, and we did not discover. Otherwise, we are saying, yeah, karibu Mheshimiwa Governor Barchok, you are most welcome. Karibu Mpekiti. So, with that tribute to Mom, we want to say asante mama kwa kutulea. Karibu Governor. Karibuni. I think that is how human beings were wired, because our mothers walitubeba na wanachunga sisi, and they are always there for us irrespective of what the issues are. I remember in 1982, just after the coup, the police came for me at home and told her she's on a long journey. She gave me 1,000 shillings. Akasema utatumia hii ukirudi. Yet the police were telling us this one could be on a long journey. And they had the guts to tell my mother that. She gave me that and prayed for me. And indeed I came back after only about 4 months. We were only detained. And because there was nothing against me, I was released. And by the way, a lot of you do not know, we were in college with Muturi, JB, the speaker. And we were together in the students' union politics. Yeah? Yeah, if you think I don't have a degree, you can ask JB Muturi. Lakini tumesema hiyo degree atujali sana. Mahali umemaliza shule, wewe umemaliza. Ndio. Ama nataka ile Taret. Yani even my mom alimaliza. Ndio. My dad alimaliza. Sasa unaniambia nini? Nani who amongst you wako na degree wamezunguka East and Central Africa? Mpaka Rwanda. Na huko anahubiri akitumia lugha ile yake. It's up to you to translate. It's up to you. Even when the Muzungu came here, someone had to translate. Ni lugha yake. Sasa yeye alisema hiyo ni lugha yake na atahubiri mpaka Kongo. Kwani what is the problem? Remember, I'm the one who taught her to read and write when I was having ilikuwa ile likizo tulikuwa na akina Joke na kina Muturi. Tukifukuzwa university, mimi nilikuwa nakuja kufundisha to write her name and to sign her bank slips and checks. She also went and did irrigation and farming after in Wasingishu, while my dad was a farmer in Wasingishu. Na kuna mama moja ambaye walikuwa nafanya kazi na yeye na nimeona yeye hapa. Wapi Magrina Mosose? Mama na Magrina Mosose ambaye yuko hapa. Ngoro? Hapi yeye. Huyu mama. Huyo mama kuja hapa mbele. Na tumeenda mpaka kwake na Governor Mandago. Tumeenda mpaka kwake na Governor Mandago. Huyu mama and my mom, they did very serious vegetable farming. Hawa na akasomesha watoto napeleka boarding na hiyo pesa ya mboga. They was a that's what they did. Asanteni sana Mama Ngosose. That aside, I don't know what else I'm supposed to say today. I only want to urge us to move towards elections in a peaceful manner. Let us do elections. We want free and fair elections. This is a season for elections. We want a season that will campaign peacefully, bila kutusiana na bila ukabila. I think this is one election that will define the future of this republic. Because for once, there is no tribalism. For once, the Kikuyus are divided halfway, this side and the other side. For once, the Kalenjins are not on a fighting mood. They are not, and we are not. And I think we can attest to that. We are not going to participate in any violence. Isn't that true? We are not going to participate in any violence of whatever nature. We will only go and vote. And we have said you vote for the presidential candidate of your choice, whose is, I think most of you have made up your minds. So you vote freely and without intimidation. And we also let other candidates contest freely. Whether you are in UDA, Chama Shinani, whether you are independent, whether you are in any other party, including ANC, including Tibebe, for the Kenya, where in God's name, contest. And na wewe ongea na watu wakupe kura. Lakini hakuna mtu takubali azuie wengine kuitisha kura. Sindio? Let the people decide. Sindio? We want a peaceful country and we want to proceed forward. Karibu Mheshimiwa State. Now the other thing we want to ask us is, we are challenging those who are aspiring to lead at the position kuondoa maneno ya discrimination against other Kenyans. No one should be discriminated against on the basis of tribe, gender, or academic prowess. Hata kabla hujasoma, wewe ni citizen ya Kenya. Wewe upate haki yako mahali wewe iko. And we are urging us, we are going to define a fresh economic approach that will ensure that every one of us has a space. We've got 70% of Kenyans who have not gone to any college whatsoever. The argument I've been putting across, 9% of Kenyans did not go to school, according to the census of 2019. Another 5% went to ECD, but did not go to Standard 1. 49% of Kenyans went to primary, but did not proceed to secondary. Another 15% went to secondary, but did not proceed to university. That translates to 78% of Kenyans. So we cannot continue forever doing our budget and our economic planning just for 22% of Kenyans, the salaried group and the big multinationals. We've got to turn our budget to face every Kenyan, especially the 70%. These 70% have to be assisted to go back to productivity. We are going to produce if we want to enjoy, if we want to employ our B+ and A+ or whatever of our children. Those are the ones who are involved in value addition and other services. You cannot employ a lawyer to write an agreement if you have no property. You are not going to get an accountant to do your tax returns unless you've made some money. Kwa hiyo mnatuambia nini? Wale wamesoma, wait for the value addition. The rest of us, let us be facilitated to go back to agriculture and produce. That's what we are saying, and that is the message we have across here. Otherwise, we've got a whole army of Kenyans who have nothing to do, and the Kenyan economy is not facing up to that. The other issue is we've got to do tax reforms. I'm saying this because these gentlemen who are playing national politics are here with us. We are saying we have to do tax reforms. There is no reason why we should harass Mama Mboga and asking her to pay a tax of, even if it is county governments, at the 7,000, you ask them for a tax of a business license for about 8 or 12,000 shillings, yet her stocks do not exceed 6,000. Na kila siku anaenda kutafuta loan from the Shylocks. Yeah. Listen to me. We are saying Tabale. Senor. So when are we going to support that category of Kenyans? Because we've got to turn. The day is now. Let us turn the Kenyan economy in that direction. That is what I've always believed in. I believed in the bottoms-up approach to economic planning all along, and I started saying that in 2015. And that's how we linked up with William Ruto. We both started discussing, and we agreed on the correct model that we've got to do a bottoms-up approach to economic planning. And that is why Chama cha Mashinani supports his presidential bid. As Chama cha Mashinani, we decided in 2019, November, when we met in Nakuru, Bwana Kochei, the Secretary General, is here. We agreed we link up so that, because we are now, the policies have agreed. And we agreed again, we were in Bomet last year around March in Silibwet. And that's what we, kwa nyumba ya Jalale nilimwona hapa. Si ndio huyu? Nilikuwa kwake. Alafu tukaenda kwa kiwanja. And I made it clear that I'll accept the hustler Kofia in Danai. And the senator was there. Even Murkomen was there. Even Giptoyot was there. Sindio? The Kofia ile nilikubali ni ya hustler. Ndio nikaambia nyinyi mimi niko kwa hustler national. That is what I meant. Kama namna gani? Tukaja Kipkelion, which is this part of this. Was it Kipkelion or Londiani? Kipkelion. Londiani. Tukaja Londiani kwa kanisa na vijana na watu wa huko walileo tukakubali tutavaa gambo na kusukuma huiba. Leo ilikuwa maneno ya Kipkelion constituency. Ndio. So, and that is it. That is, ours was a public participation arrangement. Some fellows keep asking us, have you signed? Signed what? We are not negotiating anything. We are saying we'll give him the seat. Story preacher. Sindio? Alafu tunafuata ile economic model tunataka. That's what we are saying. And we don't accept any other stories. And that is why we are saying also that maneno ya suit, anybody want seat? Sahau maneno ya suit. The whole region, there is nothing like suit. We are voting for William Ruto, ako UDA. The rest of the seats up to wananchi. Wataamua. Make sense? Make sense? That is the way it is. Divyo, ilivyo. So, mutanuia radhi. Na iko makosa hapo tumefanya. You people want me to go into politics and yet me I'm one. Please. That is the end of politics for me. Allow me to welcome my brother,